Hey everyone, Matt here. I'm going to be answering the burning question that everybody has right now. When will we get our stimulus checks? How about the $600? How about the $2,000? What about Social Security, SSI, VA, RRB? I'll be covering all of that in this video. So let's jump right into it and discuss the information we have as of now. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Matt, and if you're returning, welcome back. Thanks so much for joining me once again. If you haven't done so, make sure to hit the subscribe button just right below the video. Thank you so much for your support. Also, I'm recording this video on Tuesday, December 29th. Some of this information could be changing because the Senate is going to be bringing the amendment to change the stimulus checks from $600 to $2,000. The Senate will be discussing that later today. But as far as the timeline goes for the distribution of the stimulus checks, it'll most likely stay the same. However, the amounts may be changing from $600 to $2,000. So let's jump into it and discuss the information we have as of now. So also, by the way, I'll continue watching that as far as the Senate today, and I'll keep you posted as soon as we get any information out of them regarding the change of the stimulus check amount from $600 to $2,000. All right. So let's first discuss the $600. The $600 stimulus check is essentially what we have in the bank at this time. We got the $600. It's been approved. We got $600 coming our way into our pockets. When can we expect to see the $600? And then I will talk about the $2,000. In case the $2,000 is approved, then what happens from there? So let's first talk about the $600. The $600, the Treasury was out and made a statement and said they will start to process these payments later this week. Well, here we are on Tuesday, December 29th. Later this week on Friday is New Year's Day. So even though they said they'll start processing these payments and sending them out later this week, I wouldn't really get my hopes up to receive a payment this week. I think it's going to be a long shot. However, next week, I would expect to start seeing some payments in a massive way starting to hit bank accounts. So I would start to say, check your bank accounts next week. Now, again, if you don't receive it next week, it is not my fault. I'm not the guy pushing these payments out. However, Treasury Secretary Steve Mnuchin has been out multiple times this year and said it would take him about 1 week to start processing these payments. And again, we got a statement out of the Treasury saying, yes, we will start pumping these payments out later this week. So I would anticipate probably by early next week, by like January 4th is Monday of next week. January 4th through Friday, I would say there should be many, millions upon millions of payments hitting bank accounts next week. So that's for the $600. Now, this is provided you have direct deposit information on file with the IRS and or the Social Security Administration. So let me take a minute and talk about those of you receiving Social Security, Retirement Disability Survivors, SSI, Supplemental Security Income, VA, and RRB benefits. For any of you receiving any of these benefits that I just mentioned, if you have direct deposit information on file with the IRS or Social Security, you most likely no action will be needed on your part. Just like the first round of stimulus checks, you should not need to do anything. They have your direct deposit information. They will automatically process your payment and send it exactly to the account that you receive your monthly benefit. Let me give you a quick example. Let's just say you receive Social Security Retirement or Social Security Disability, any of these benefits. It doesn't matter which one, any of these benefits. I'm just using these as an example. Let's say you receive it in a bank account each month. That's where your stimulus check is going to go. They're going to automatically process it with no action on from your part, no action from you. They will automatically process your payment and send it directly to the account in which you receive your monthly Social Security benefit. Same thing with SSI, VA, and RRB. Any of these benefits, no action on your part provided you have direct deposit information on file with them, and or if you receive a paper check. I'll get into paper checks here in just a second. Most likely no action on your part. They will automatically process your payment. Now you may be wondering, what about Direct Express? I have a Direct Express card. Will it go there? Yes, if that's where you receive your monthly benefit, that's where you're going to receive your stimulus check as well. So be watching that as well. Now, let me talk about paper checks for just a minute. If you're someone who typically receives a paper check, your monthly benefits in the form of a paper check each month, that's how your stimulus check will arrive once again. Now, if you are going to receive a paper check, just recognize it is going to be significantly longer from the time that everybody else is receiving their direct deposits until the time that you receive your paper check. It could be a matter of weeks. It could be even months before paper checks are processed and in your mailbox. They have mentioned that it could take them, well, first of all, several weeks and several months. They can process about 5 to 7 million paper checks per week. So, provided how many paper checks they need to process, it could literally be months and months before you could see a paper check if you're one of these people. Now again, they will probably be processing these prepaid debit cards like they did last time. If that's the case, these will probably take not quite as long as a paper check, but still, it'll be weeks and weeks before you could see that card in your mailbox. So I hope that makes sense. Now, just to reiterate, if you're anybody that has direct deposit on file with the IRS or Social Security Administration, no action is needed on your part. Most likely, you will automatically receive your stimulus check direct deposited right into your account or onto your Direct Express card. Simply because we had the stimulus checks earlier this year, they should be able to expedite the process of distributing these payments, as Steve Mnuchin has mentioned before. So this should be a much smoother process this time. As many of us know, the first round of stimulus checks that they sent out, it was a little bit of a disaster, right? It took a long time. A lot of people didn't receive them. It was just kind of a disaster rolling those things out. However, this time should be much more smooth, the process. All right, now that we covered that, this is for the $600. Now, let's talk about the $2,000. Again, like I said, the Senate is hopefully going to be voting, and hopefully Mitch McConnell will bring the amendment to the floor today in the Senate to vote on the amendment to change stimulus checks from $600 to $2,000 across the board. $2,000 for adults, $2,000 for dependents, $2,000 for adult dependents. Everybody gets $2,000, provided this amendment gets passed through and signed by the president into law. So I'll continue watching that, but let's talk about this a little bit further. So here's the deal. There's a lot of confusion about this, so let me walk through this with you and describe this in a way that hopefully makes sense. So, as I said, the stimulus checks are currently at $600. We got the $600 in the bank. Got it. All right. We're going for the additional $1,400, $1,400 to make up the difference between $600 and $2,000. So we have $1,400 on the table that we're waiting for. This is what we're waiting for the Senate to vote on, is the difference or the amendment to change stimulus checks from $600 to $2,000. All right. Everybody gets that. We got it. Now, here's the deal. Since these payments are going to be processed relatively quickly, and we're going to start seeing these $600 payments in our accounts sometime soon. In theory, let's just give a hypothetical example. Let's just say the Senate passes the amendment, the president signs it, and it goes into law. Everybody gets $2,000. Here's the deal. If you've already received your $600 payment by the time all of this goes into action, and we get the amendment signed and it goes into law for the $2,000. If you've already received your $600, what's going to happen is you will receive an additional payment of $1,400 to make up the $2,000. You will not get, okay, let me reiterate, you will not get $600 plus $2,000. That's not how it's going to work. You're going to get the $600 plus an additional $1,400 to make up the $2,000. $2,000, that's it. It goes up to $2,000, not more than that. I hope that makes sense. I know there's a ton of confusion about this. I know it's very confusing right now, considering we're sitting on the $600 locked in. We got the $600, and we're sitting on this pending amendment sitting in the Senate right now that we're waiting on. So I know this is a confusing time. I know there's a lot of moving parts, but I'm hopefully explaining this in such a way that makes sense. Let me walk through this one more time, because I know it's incredibly confusing. If you receive this $600, so let's just say the amendment gets passed through the Senate and the president signs it into law. Everybody's getting $2,000. If you've already received your $600, you're probably going to get an additional payment of $1,400 to make up the $2,000 stimulus check. However, let's just give another example. Let's just say you have not received your $600 by the time all of this has been passed and signed by the president. At that point, you could probably expect to see just one payment of $2,000. That's it. Just one $2,000, boom, $2,000 in your account. That's another option too. depending on when they actually bring this to the floor, when they vote on it in the Senate, when the president signs it, provided it's passed, when it goes into law, and when they can start processing these payments. There's a ton of moving parts right now. And like I said, it's confusing. It really is confusing. There's a lot going on as far as all of this. So I hope that makes sense. But as far as the $600, we got the $600. I know I've said this like 4 times, but I'm going to say it, explain this one more time. We've got the $600. The $600 is a done deal. We got it. The $600 is coming to us. We can expect it as early as later this week, right around New Year's. As early as that. Again, I just want to reiterate. Please don't please don't hold your breath on that. I think it's going to be lucky if we get payments by the end of this week. However, next week is going to be the big one. There's going to be a lot of payments processed next week, January 4th, which is Monday, through Friday. And of course, payments will continue processing after that. But I'm saying next week, tons and tons of payments are going to go out. Millions, tens of millions of direct deposit payments will be sent out next week. So keep an eye on your bank account next week. Keep an eye on your Direct Express card. Again, if you don't receive your payment next week, please don't yell at me. It is not my fault. I'm just relaying the information to you. I'm just letting you know a lot of payments will be processed next week. So check your bank accounts then. I'll keep you posted on the $2,000 out of the Senate. Hopefully they pass it. If that's the case, we can start counting on $2,000 for everybody. But it is still in the proposal phase at this point. The Senate still needs to bring it to the floor. They need to pass it. They need to vote on it. They need to pass it. They need to send it to the president for a signature. At that point, once it gets signed by the president, then it would happen. Then it would go into law. Then it would move into action, and everybody would get the money at that point. So I hope this helps you out. As far as the $600, give it about a week. Give it about a week, week and a half, and a lot of us should be seeing our payments by then. Of course, unfortunately, not everybody, because it just takes longer. They can only process so many payments at a time, all this business. But for the most part, within the next couple weeks here, just about everybody should have their payments, provided you have direct deposit information on file with the IRS or Social Security Administration. I know I said all this like 5 times each, but I get it. It's confusing. There's a ton of questions. And Corey and I did a live stream last night, and we answered these questions literally like 6 times in the live stream. It's not a bad thing. It's great. I just wanted to reiterate and make it very, very clear with multiple examples in this video. So I hope this helps you out. I'll continue watching the Senate very closely today with everybody, fingers crossed, $2,000 coming our way. We'll have to see. It's down to the Senate. All eyes are on Mitch McConnell right now and the Senate. So I'll keep you posted. I'm your advocate. Thanks so much for your support. Make sure to hit that subscribe button if you haven't done so. Feel free to share this video with your friends, family, social media, or anybody else. The snowman out in your front yard. Doesn't matter. I'll take views from anybody. Thanks, everybody. I really appreciate it. I'm here for you. And enjoy your day. I'll catch you again in a few hours. Thanks, everybody. See you later.